Good morning. Welcome to our webinar this Saturday morning, April 18th, 2020. And today we have Jim Charles as our special guest who will be channeling for us. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
And let me go through the room and announce who all is here. In the Zoom room, we have myself. My name is Ian. We have Don, Jim Charles, Yana, Angie, Safira, Alan, Rika, Kathy, Eva, Michelle, Temple, Barbara, Kate, Steve, Sheer, Kat, and Stephanie's iPhone. So we have a full room today.
And in my room, I have the spirits of all the people that are here. Just spirits.
Just spirits. Angela, did you want to go ahead and make the announcement for the workshop?
Hi, good morning. Jim and I have been talking about how we want to actually proceed with this. We're going to wait and see until around the end of June, beginning of July, because we'll have a better grasp on actually what's happening with all of the with the world by then, not just the United States, because we have people coming from all over. So we're gonna actually make a determination closer to then. If you want to sign up for the workshop now, and this is an opportunity for you to, if you want to maybe do payments, or if you want to, because I know it is trying times right now. That's something that you can do. If we do end up canceling, then everyone will get their money back. But I understand that this is hard now. And so if it is something that you are being called to, send an email to workshop@hucolo.org, and I will get information out to you on how to register and to sign up for the link. The workshop is from August 13th to the 17th, and it is in Devlin, New York. It's about community, so we're hoping, and it's all in God's hand anyway, so if we're hoping if we can get together as our community, that it would be a wonderful time. Again, that's workshop@hucolo.org, and I will get information out to you. It is $575 for the workshop.
For the 5 days.
Yeah.
If you're interested, just let us know that you're interested so we can get sort of a count of how many people are going to be coming or whatever. So even if it doesn't happen, we have a count now a little bit. Give us some idea what to do. So anyway, thank you,
Okay.
Angie.
Okay, thanks, Angie. Next, let me just go down the list of requests that we have, and then we'll go into blessings. How's that?
Good.
Okay, we have Jerry Garcia, Spiricus, Elijah, Takur, Josiah, and Grendel.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I had mentioned somebody from a Light Council or Council of 13, Council of 9, who can tell us some of the other groups working with the Earth that are not representing the true light, something along those lines.
Okay.
Okay. And for blessings, let me go ahead and I'll just read the order that I have so you can be prepared. In the order of the blessings, we're going to do Kathy, Barbara, Alan, Don, Yana, and Rika.
Rivka, yeah.
So first, Kathy, you're up first.
Okay. Prishikula mate none tulololo domiano, kushanote prishini anu, malanola, kukuliano domani, prishiano uno, lama dono kuno, hasienta pridishiana mata, kasamiana dola katiu mushu ono sadulu timi, patimi ulu komikola sashimalu kulioni, matamara hashiando tesimi kashanole malamata, Radishi suma konotasi hashini kusonono, Malamata non e pisi animato, cuculioni tusciudosi, chisimani, bellici more maladante cosami noro, puscianote culumiano calenti, non oploro, si sicuro pridiciami, calanore tomone.
Let us all join together in one spirit so that we can rise up together, so that we may be known together as a light, so that we may lift one another up. So it is noticeable that we are one light, one love, and believe in one thing, and that are joined with our belief in God to move things forward in a most wonderful and positive way. Of course, there are those that are negative, and that there are times that will not be happy. But let us find the best way to get through these things together. Let us find the most positive route. Let us find what is true within us. The only way to do that is to pray to God that we find that together and that we follow him in his will. His will sometimes is not easy, but it is necessary to find the light at the end, to be together and to know that we are in his will.
Great. Next
Thank you.
we have Barbara.
Shatata kesinia shatoko shoaki kiata tapeniata hiaki, kiasha shopapa te kisinia, shurotu yapata kesinia shokoasha, kiashia so shoshuati amanakiti, kiata pachishia nakikia, koata hiata kemiti atukui, hata hiatokati.
Lift yourself up. Remember that staying low will not help, but rising up will be a light for others to see, an example to the world, a thing of beauty for all to see. So be together, love together, make the best of all these times that seem dark, but are actually here to promote the light.
Great. Next we have Alan.
Shaki tua hiata kuatsiata. Hirega hi kutsaki avusha hietoke asiata wa hiata e foshike atipude ushrakri zehoto ya ashita. Via ri ushike te fishashita ashita oshiata ashita fidasiat visiata. Visha di wishaki atuvisha mushaki tasha.
At this time, there are many that are coming awake. There are many that are trying to understand what is happening in the world. There are many that are reaching out for answers and cannot find them. Be the light, the example that they can find, so they can grasp on to something of hope, of something of good nature, of something other than despair.
Great. Next is Dawn.
Antasaka, Tarmak, Nach, Rakatishka, Ishkuto, Rakatishka, Umbo, Tarakaturo, Namoka, Terakuturu, Umba, Siakatara, Tushnana Hiske, Tuno, Torak, Terale Tuske, Erika, Conta.
We watch from the outside, but we feel your pain, and we know that you are strong. We know that you will survive and that all things will work together for a good cause. And we know that we are sending our prayers as well, so that we may help lift you as high as we can in this dark time.
And next we have Yana.
Iyinika hanta tatanaka a yeno o hanta tataka anta o ene hanta ko hanta ta orteno akanta kana hai yene kaha ortene o ka anta tanaka a onto to kantana
Remember that you are well loved and that there are loved ones around you. You are not alone in this, and that there are others that are despairing and depressed, but you are a light in the darkness, and you can lift others up. Remember that you are not alone, and there is a light, and God is that light.
Beautiful. Next, we have Temple Beautiful.
Nushutaya so utu puku ushupanani asata. Ulu juna gana asatiato shonana. Mani asata duduya buku ujuna tia ku utata. Kia kalu ushotateano sota bala ashaka. Nania sototainana. Nu utu puku ota ataleato oma. Tahasa ku una. Ta iata ki ita chatuna tia lopa tiata. Kushonandaya sanahatiata. Namaste.
Remember, there are many words of hope being spoken today, but caution is also in order. You must be responsible, and you must know what the right things to do are in this time. Lift yourself up, but be careful, and know that you are loved, and know that we wish the best for you. But in this time, we need you to have caution.
And finally, we have Rika.
Rivka, yes, wait a moment. Misha alahuna kantea uwaya chista mua. Hala yutua pandaya amaya tujuda. Ala shimini kulukua. Ahala yutu asama yandala. Isha huanda. Uayuda pada. Jindiendeye kushamua kalashama. Amen.
We are all wrapped in the threads of light, and all of our souls are connected eternally and throughout the universe. Let us all unite in that thought that we are one, that there is a great diversity within us, but that diversity comes into one soul, and that is the soul of God, who is the creator of all things and who gave us all this diversity, all the things that we need to grow and to prosper, and all the things that we need to be the light of the world that he requires.
Okay, and that concludes our blessings for this morning.
Wow. Very cool.
Jim, was it from the seraphim?
What?
Was it this from the seraphim?
I think so, yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty. What's next?
Next is you.
Next is me. Okay. Have a great session, everyone, and think positive thoughts as we bring through some beings and some spirits, and we'll see who comes. I think I remember the list of people that were requested.
I can repeat.
Cannot tell you who's coming though. All right.
Repeat it if you need to.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
I am fine.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome. I am Elijah. Greetings. I just wanted to say a very few short things before we continue. One of those things is, now that you are alone, some of you, and some of you are sequestered in your homes, this is a wonderful time to prepare for your missions when this time is over. This is a wonderful time to prepare your hearts for being a perfect example to the world again when this is over. This is a perfect time for reading, for engaging in prayer, in thanksgiving, and in strengthening all those things that are connected to God, strengthening all those thoughts that are positive and relevant to you. I know that if you look around, there are many negative things that you may encounter. That if you go somewhere, there are always political words and political negativities. But do not put yourself in these places. Do not anger yourself with these words. Do not submit yourself to others who do not know the truth. You all have a truth within you. Follow it. Until it is proven not to be true, you must follow that which is true within you. If you cannot feel what is true, perhaps then you need to pray and seek God in your decisions. But many of you are understanding what is true and right, and are seeking God to encourage and empower those thoughts so that your mission might be greater, so that your mission might be fuller. Yes, everyone's given a mission. Some people fulfill it completely. Others do not. Others fill it to a certain point, but are afraid to move any farther. Some of it start out to fulfill their missions with great hope and great desire, but fall short because they are afraid. Or they feel that they are not worthy. All of you are worthy. There is worthiness within all of you. Do not look at the negative things within yourself. Everyone has some things that do not belong within them. Those are the things that you should work on at this time to remove, so that your mission after this will be wonderful and greater and purer and more significant. Many of you still have great fears, and I can understand that. And it is just human to have these fears. But remember this, God is with you. Let God be your courage. Let God be your understanding. Let God be all the things that you lack. Let him fill in all the holes and all the blanks. You don't have to do that on your own. You don't have to do this on your own. I know some of you feel very alone right now. Some of you feel that this is the way it's always going to be, or always has been. I've always been alone. This is the way it is. But you are not. God is with you. You are connected to others who are positive. You are connected to a stream of angels. You are connected to those that have wisdom, and you may share it one with another. You may have wisdom that others need, and others may have wisdom that you need. It is not a time to stop talking just because you can't be in person. But it is a time for introspection. Love yourself. Love yourself. Build yourself. Build yourself at this time. Bring in that which is edifying to you. Bring in some joy, some understanding, some love, some compassion. Read things that are positive and edifying. Too many of you look at the negative, and then you'll be discussing that. And what good does that do? Does it do any good? It may, if you are discussing what parts of that are correct and what parts of it are incorrect, what parts of it bring you light and what parts of it are to be discarded. Yes, you may talk about these kinds of things. That is a positive way of looking at things. Bring it into your edification, bring it into yourself and say, these things are worth believing and knowing. But this, let's leave that aside. It delves into the darkness and it may not be true because darkness never tells you the truth. They'll give you an image of something, but it's usually something false. And the deeper portion of it is so dark. They lead you astray so that you cannot find the light in the right way. So let that alone, because how are you going to conquer the darkness? Many say, oh, I have to know it so I can conquer it. No, you have to know the light so you can conquer the darkness. You don't know the darkness to conquer the darkness. You know the light to conquer the darkness. You know the good to get through the negativity. You know the positive to help you through it all. What good is it to know the negative if it doesn't help you? If it doesn't build you? If it doesn't strengthen you? It only weakens you. It only makes your thoughts go in negative places and feel anger and different things that are not positive. So don't build yourself up with negativity. That makes no sense. To get through the darkness, you need the light. The light cuts through the darkness. The darkness does not cut through the darkness. The darkness does not cut through the light, because when the light shines, what disappears? The darkness. When you shine your light, what runs from you? The darkness. When you are being positive, oh, I know that there are some entities that would come up against the light strongly. But if you know what you're talking about, know God, the light wins. The light defeats. Do not let the darkness get to you. Do not let the darkness infiltrate you, because it has a way of sneaking in. It has a way of making itself part of you. And we all have that. But build yourself up with light, love, confidence, power. Many of you are very powerful. Do not lose it by practicing anything other than that positive power and light. Healing, channeling. Remember to bring through the most positive entities, the most positive outlooks for this day and age, because it is the only thing that will save you if you run up against the darkness. I remember something that they said, something light, something beautiful that will cut through this density, this darkness. Let's speak about that. Let's speak about your love, your life. How can I help you? How can we help each other? How can we gather together to be a power? How can we be the greatest light? How can our missions keep the light going? How can we be better people? How can we know where the light is going? You must be with it to know where it's going. You must follow it to know which direction to go. I love you all. Be not deceived by your anger and your hatred and the negative things that are within you. I know that they are there. I am not saying that they are not. But that is not what you should be focusing on. Focus on God's beauty and his will and his light. Because with it, you will be powerful people. Not just semi-powerful, but deeply strengthened by his energies. Well, I spoke longer than I wanted to already, but I think that I made my point. This is a time when it's easy to look at the darkness. It's easy, and it's easy to find. Easy. Find yourself in love with each other, in love with the light, in love with the positivity, in love with your gifts, in love with the healing, in love with the outreach. Of course, not every moment of the day you will be speaking about God and the light and everything, but you can be speaking in friendly patterns, in friendly ways, in uplifting tones to those that are going through hard times. Keep yourself a light to the world. Much love, and I will bring someone else in. Have a wonderful day. Yeah. Just a moment. I'll get in here. Yep. Ah. He told me not to use the hands. I can't help it.
Welcome, Grendel.
Thank you. I'll be just a second. I'm almost ready. I hate following Elijah. He makes me seem a little, not so valuable. But yeah, no, I'm just teasing. What I have to say is also valuable. So I love Elijah. He's great. I know a lot of you need a lot of different things right now. You need more than just a pep talk on light. You need some practical information as well, because this is times when practical things are really necessary. So that's why I'm here today, because I am very practical in many ways. And I know a lot about what's going on. I'm part of this pandemic too, because I inhabit a human body during the day, or most days, but not every day, but a lot of times. So I understand what you're going through. You're social distancing, you're not working, you're doing all kinds of stuff to prevent illnesses. It's all good. Yeah. Now, continue to be cautious, but be practical as well. You can't just live without food and stuff like that. Even though a couple of you are saying, well, I'm losing weight, you just can't live without food. So be practical. And because if you're living without food and you're living without certain things that you really need, that'll help you to decay a little bit. So go and get what you need, but be very careful about how you do it. So is there any questions for me?
We do have a question from Eva.
Emma. Oh, of course, Eva, my dear. How are you?
Of course, Grendel. I'm actually very well, except I seem to be growing into this perfect sphere. So physically, so I don't know who is losing weight, but it seems like some.
Yeah.
With
Oh, you're getting rounder?
I'm going, yes, that's, you know, the perfection. I'm just struggling to be
Yeah.
the most perfect shape which exists.
Okay, well, it's true that circles are all through the universe. That's true.
Yeah. So, but if you know, I know that you are sometimes with me. So if you kind of like push me outdoors, that would be nice.
Yeah, take a walk outside. Yeah.
Yes, that would be great. Except in my area, we cannot go basically anywhere close. So, but I have a question. How do you see all these virus? What do you think about like Bill Gates? I'm very curious. How do you see his involvement? And
all right, I'm going to try not to get too negative and all that stuff. So, but there is involvement of all kinds of people in the creation of the virus, but it doesn't matter anymore. The virus is here. It's doing what it's doing. God knows what it's doing. He's helping people get through it. And he's helping people to understand that this is a very unique time in history. So keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say about that, because many things will come out, but much of it will not be true. And that's just the way of your news right now. Reporting in your world is up and down. Some are reporting this, some are reporting that. If you put it together, none of it matches. So it is that you have to understand and listen closely what comes out of the person's mouth rather than listening to what the newscasters say. Listen to what comes out of the person's mouth, not what the newscasters say. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, I'm sure I have more to tell you, but maybe not now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Next question we have is from Kathy Kelch.
Greetings.
Greetings, Grendel. How are you?
I am well.
Wonderful.
Surprisingly.
Good. Good to hear. I have a question about Lightworkers getting attacked a little bit more frequently right now. I think I was attacked last Tuesday or Wednesday. My question is, was I, and what can we do to stop those attacks right now?
Well, protect yourself every day. I know that some of you do that already, that you call on protection. Some of you have angel protection. Some of you have spiritual protection. Some of you have Starseed protection. Some of you are protected by Girk Fitneer in some ways. So call on your protection every day. But that doesn't stop all the attacks, especially in this day and age when the attacks are coming from higher and higher realms. So the thing is, if you are of value to the world, that is why they will attack. If you have something that they want you to stop doing, that's why they will attack. But don't stop doing it, because as you get stronger, they will not be able to attack you anymore.
Okay. Good. Is it happening more right now, or
It
does
is.
it just seem
There's
that
a
way?
lot of attacks happening. I will not say that there isn't, but don't dwell on that, because you're stronger than most of the attackers at this point, because the Spirit of God, when he talked about that, is stronger. And if you call on that, it pretty much forces that away. So if you use what you got, what you know in your brain and in your heart, you can defeat these attacks.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of these people too that have been getting attacks have delved into the darker side and have relationships with some darker beings. And now that they're in the light, those darker beings don't like it. And so they will come back to haunt them a little bit because they want them back, but they can't have them.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Grendel. That's all.
You're welcome.
Next question we have is from Alan.
Ellen.
Yeah, so a bit of a pre-question. How well are you able to answer a question about dreams?
About what?
Dreams.
I can answer dream questions, mostly.
Okay, so, and this is alien related. So I think it was 2 weeks ago. I wrote it down. It was between the days April 7th and April 8th. I remember specifically 4 alien beings. One of them was kind of more non-human looking than the others. And I just kind of felt like this familiarity to them. Like I had some relation to them, but it felt so vivid that when I woke up, I was like, wait, that didn't happen in this room. That didn't happen. And so, but it seems so real enough. I haven't had a dream like that since. So I just take it away.
Let me tell you something. It may have happened. You may have been meeting with other people. Right now, there are times when people on Earth are meeting in their astral with other beings. The reason for this is to let you know that these beings exist for your help and protection. If it was a very vivid dream, it's very possible that you met one of your friendly astral people that is there to help you with whatever it is that your mission is all about. And so therefore, you have helpers in the astral. I think that was you actually met a couple people.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
All right.
And we have a question from Safira.
Safira.
Oh, that was quick. Sorry. I didn't expect to come up that quick. Hello, Grendel.
Greetings.
Okay, so, I don't know how to say this, but okay, so there's information out there that the Federation of Light, Ashtar, Bashar, Abraham Hicks, they've all been manipulated and work for the dark side.
Does it seem to you?
Sorry?
How do they seem to you? Do they seem like light workers or do they seem manipulated?
Well, I don't know, but the reason I'm asking
Abraham
is,
Hicks is a very positive individual, and some of these people that you're mentioning are actually very positive beings. Now, the works of Thoth are integrated in everything in your world. That doesn't mean you have to pick out the things that are Thothian about them. They have truth in a lot of the things that they say and do. They're trying to help the world. They're trying to actually purify themselves so they can help the world. So listen to these positive beings. Whenever there's people out there saying, oh, they're affected by these negative beings, that's negativity trying to break down positive connections. Do not let negativity break positive connections, because if you say, oh, I have to stop listening to them because Thoth has something to do with it, then you won't get the benefits of the positivity that they have to offer. And many of those do not have any negative influences at all. Maybe a little here and there with a couple of them, but Abraham Hicks, I had never heard anything negative from Abraham.
all right, because somebody I know works closely and needs to use this energy in her work, and she's very confused right now. She can't tell the subtle dark from the light, because the darkness comes in this very subtle kind of false light.
And
it's
that
hard
is
to
the
do.
truth. It
Yeah.
does come in subtleties.
Yeah.
But if she is gaining or he is gaining information of positive value through some of these people, then why should they stop? It's just a rumor. It's just them trying to destroy a connection that could give positive information. Why give in to that when you know that the information is actually good?
May I ask about, thank you. May I ask about Archangel Michael and the other archangels? Are they light? Are they dark? Are they mixed as well when they work with us?
What do you think? Oh my God. The
I just have
angels
to
are
ask.
light. Yes.
I have to ask because, yeah, I have to ask. I'm sorry. I told my friend that I would ask
All right.
because it could also be mixed up. And yeah, this was just the information they got from somebody who they trust, who's been doing research for many years.
Angels are positive. Angels were created directly by God to be of help to humanity. Now, when somebody's giving off information saying that angels are turning bad, have you heard any angel give any bad information to anyone?
Not personally, no. No.
Has anybody heard an angel give any bad information to anyone? Speak up.
No, no.
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 That's because that's because they are good. They are of God. And if they are not of God, they have to say so. They will come in a way that you know that they are not of God. They will not come in saying, I am whoever. They will come in a darker tone. They will come in a darker light, because that is how the darkness is. I know that you have been taught that Satan can show himself as an angel of light. But in that information, when that angel is speaking, there will be negativity. There will be darkness. Although there appears as an angel of light, they will not be saying things that are very light. They will be saying negativities. They will be saying the things that are not true. And you will know that right away if you know what is true and false and what is light and dark.
Thank you. You know, I told this person that with the depictions that they are doing through their art, that even if that being might be dark, they could still depict the light that was original with them before they went dark. Is that true? Would you agree with that?
Tell them this. If they paint a human being, is that person all light? Or is there some darkness in that person?
Yeah.
Should they not paint a human being because they have some darkness in them? Now, everybody is light and dark, but you are mostly light. And the beings that she is creating, and I know who this is now, are mostly light. And if they have some darkness in them, every being in the universe has a little darkness except the angels. But every being is light and dark. And so, should she not paint them because they have some darkness in them, or because she is expressing their best efforts and good? If she is letting everyone know how wonderful this being is and how true they have been, let her look at the light. Everything has a little dark in it. That does not mean it should be thrown away. Tell her she has dark in her as well. Is she something that you should neglect? No. But focus on the light.
Thank you. Thank you, Grendel.
All right.
Next, I'm going to pass it over to Don, who has some good questions from YouTube.
Don, hello.
Hello, Grendel. Well, nice to see you again.
Greetings. It's good to see you, Don. Well, I don't see you. I just see your name.
That's right. Okay, just a second. I've got a good long list started here so far.
All right, very good.
First
One
one's
moment,
from-
I'm going to take a drink of water
Okay.
or something, whatever's available.
Okay. The first question is from AJ.
Yeah.
I would like to know more about the shadow people that see us sometimes. Could you explain, please?
Shadow people are, well, they're just that. They're shadow people, but they actually live in the shadows. Shadow people do not necessarily are not necessarily evil. Shadow people can be curious about the light and curious about many things, but they do not know and are not really very smart. And that is why they are shadow people. They are not the most brilliant creatures. And so they question everything that they're doing, everything that they are, everything that you're doing. And so shadow creatures are question people. It doesn't mean that they're all bad, but I wouldn't strike up a great friendship with a shadow person. But just let them go. Let them answer their questions through your actions, and don't really have a conversation with them, but answer their questions through your example more than any other thing. Yes, they do exist. And yes, they are in between, but usually they are not the brightest spirits.
Okay, thank you. I do also have a question from Rohit, and his question is, please tell us something about karma.
Karma, that's what you, all right. Boy, I could do a class on karma. All right. Karma is, you come into this world with no karma. All right. You may have karma from past lives. You can bring that over, but not right away. But let me explain how you get karma in this life. As you are growing and believing and doing good and bad, your karma is, that is what it is. It's a combination of your good and bad energies that is around you. Now, if you are doing a lot of really good work, your karma is very light. If you are doing a lot of lying, a lot of deceit, a lot of negativity, your karma is very dark. That's the very easy way to identify it. All right. So the karma of the world is gray, because there's good beings and bad beings, and good karma and bad karma being mixed throughout the entire world. So usually over the cities, it's a little darker. Why? Because a lot of people are brought down by the darkness in the cities because it's more prevalent there. The thing is, smaller cities may have very light karma because they have a good relationship with one another. They have good social groups. They have a nice church that might be doing very well. Some churches are very, very good karmically. Some are not, because some preach the truest of truths and some do not. So therefore, you have karma that you've gained over the years. So as you are developing as an individual, if you're a big liar, if you tell a lot of deceit and do a lot of negative things, then your karma is going to be darker. Of course, there's always good in everyone. There is some good in everyone. And you may say, oh, well, he's a liar and a cheat, but he has a good heart. Okay. Well, yeah, it is possible. So if you know what I mean, they're like generous.
Okay, and the next question is from Master Freestyle TSP.
Right. Nice name, yeah.
And his question is there any message for me? Because him and his wife and kids for the past 2 weeks are going through a real hard and negative time. And he would like to know how to resolve this.
All right. First of all, let me tell you this. Each individual has their own free will. And I have a feeling that a lot of this is behavioral. A lot of this is about the kids not doing what they're supposed to do. And then mothers and dads are all upset and blah. The best thing to do in this situation is sit everybody down, everybody, and say, this is a time we need to talk. Because if you let this go the way it's going now, because nobody's talking, not really. You're not really communicating. That's obvious. Everybody has to sit. Everybody has to communicate together. Get to the root of the problem so that you can work together. That is the first thing I would suggest. If that doesn't work, then I would separate people. Because if some people are starting problems, then they need to be separated from the group. And if that doesn't work, then you're on your own. But anyway, I'm just teasing you. I know that there are situations that are very difficult, and I'm not making light of that, because I know that you're not alone in this situation. You're not alone with kids that are, and family and wife that's all, everybody's emotional and it's going crazy. Sit everybody down. Sit everybody down. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that we're going to have a talk, but tell them what the problems are. Let them discuss it between all of you. You need to have a conversation, communication that is sincere. Because if you're not communicating, if you're yelling and screaming, that's not communication. Once you start yelling, communication is over. Bye-bye. It's not happening. All you're doing is expressing how you feel in a very loud voice. And everybody else is saying F you. And it is not working. So you need to, and that's what they're doing as well. They're saying, this is how I feel. Ah! And you're saying, this is how I feel. Ah! But nobody's listening to each other. So sit down and talk. And make sure everybody is quiet to start. Say, we're not starting till everyone's quiet.
Okay.
See, I can start now. Everybody's quiet. All right.
Okay.
But yes, these family dynamics need a personal attention from the leader of the house, from the leaders of the house.
Okay. And there are a number of people here that are asking for infusions. And,
yes, we can do that.
And what are infusions are some of the questions as well.
Okay, infusions. This is becoming a really big thing because people know that within themselves, they have certain alien elements. Some of you have Pleiadian, Fendorian, Yahyel, Sirian, Arcturian, it goes on and on. Reptilian, insectoid, mantis, blah, blah, blah. People want infusions to build those different things within them. If you get an infusion, say, of Arcturian, that is a very healing kind of a dimension. They're a species of healing. They're a species of high IQ. They're a species of high spirituality. So if you get these infusions, it will, in time, help you to feel lighter, maybe increase your IQ, clear your mind, do some things. Now, I'm not going to go through and tell you what every single infusion does. That would take all day because there are many different infusions out there. but they do help to pacify the spirit. There's even angel infusions and Elohim infusions and stuff like that. So these kinds of infusions will help to make you calmer, more stable, higher IQ, more understanding, more eloquent. Eloquent is the word, not elegant, but eloquent, blah, blah, blah. So they do have many, many things. With like reptilian or something like that, it might increase your strength. With Lyran, it would like maybe give you more hair. I don't know. There, you'll have to talk to them about these different things.
Okay, and you should be able to just psychically tune in on them within the audience because they are transmitting now.
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay, and okay, the next question I have is from Chris A. I want to know, what am I focusing on in the alien colonies, and if I'm having success in what I am doing?
All right. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're focusing on the meditation right now because this is something that interests you and something that every you want to know how to do it better and deeper and all of these different things. But you also are going to other places. You're going to the channeling area, you're going to the healing area, you're going to the telepathic area, you're going to the light language area. So there's many things that are, when you go there, you go to all these different places to get well-rounded. And you are growing. You are one of these people that are now starting to grow a little faster. And so when you go there, you're experiencing a little bit more. I'm hoping that soon you'll be able to bring more stuff back to your realm. But right now, fourth dimensional energy isn't that strong on the planet. It's only around 8%. It needs to be around 15 or 20 before you start really getting the good stuff.
Okay, thank you. And I'm just going to go back to Ian for now because I see there's more questions from the group. So,
all righty then.
Okay, great. Next question we have is from Kate Thick.
Yeah. Yep.
Good morning, Grendel. Thank you. I'm
Greetings.
wondering, greetings. What area am I visiting in the colonies?
Oh, you're actually visiting the channel area a lot. Is that something you're really interested in?
Yes,
because
it is.
Because that's where you go mostly. You are also interested in the meditation area because you feel that meditation and channeling go together very well. And so you're rounding yourself out with meditation and with channeling sessions. Also, you spent a little time in the healing area. I'm not sure, you weren't feeling good or something, but the other place you did spend a lot of time in was the light language area. So, and the telepathic area. And actually you even went to colony 2, which is diet, exercise, and all that. I'm not sure. I think you just wanted to experience it and see what's going on there.
Thank you. And do I work with the hybrid children?
That's not on the colonies. That's in Polana when you do your other work. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah.
Next question we have is from Eva.
Eva.
Sorry, another question, kind of very important to me, but I hope other people will benefit. So I want to ask you about working on own belief systems. Because,
yes.
I believed since I was very young that although the most wonderful thing I could do in life is to paint, I also had this belief that I cannot support myself from it. And I really have to change it, really, like Correct. Right now. So but it's really, it seems like old belief of mine who was influencing most of my life, my professional life. So how do we, or
well,
serious belief systems?
That the belief system, you have been mistreated as you have gone through your life. And so that's beat a little bit of your belief systems out. It made you feel less than. So right now, also, it's made you very fearful because people were telling you, you can't do this. This can't ever happen. You can't make a living through painting, blah, blah, blah. You're telling yourself that sometimes. But what you need to do is actually go to your paintings and look at them and believe in them as you are looking at your gallery of paintings. Believe in each one individually. Go to each one and tell it, I believe in you. I understand you. I believe that this is a good piece of work. I believe that I can do this for a living. I believe that I'm good enough. Now, when you go to your paintings, see yourself in them. See yourself in your paintings. See the meaning of each one. I know you did when you were painting them, but remember, sometimes you lose that connection when you're done with them. Look at the painting behind you. You did that, didn't you? You also did the painting behind me.
Yeah.
So, you are worth it. Believe in yourself. Look at your paintings. Connect to them once again. Know who you are because you are the artist.
Yeah. Thank you, Grendel. I do see really like that. Sometimes I'm actually surprised how good they are, but then I kind of also slip. So thank you so much.
There might be someone here that wants to buy one. Who knows?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, next question we have is from Rivka.
Rivka.
Wait, yes, unmuted. Hello, greetings, Grendel.
Greetings.
Greetings. I have some DNA from the reptilians in me, and I have an implant, a kind of tracker. And my question is, what is that for?
It depends. Different species have different reasons for tracking you. They might want to keep track of you because they need to know they are doing a study on you. There are many species doing studies on humans at this time. And that is probably the biggest reason there's trackers on people, is to keep track of them so they can actually do studies on how much of their reptilian DNA is coming out, how much is suppressed, how much Arcturians there, blah, blah, blah. They do tests on people that have high amounts of alien DNA. So that's my biggest guess. It makes sense though. I think I know some aliens that are actually doing that. So that is what I believe is happening. Did you go away? You're gone. Okay.
Okay. Next question is from Alan.
Alan. All right.
Hey there again. So I'm just curious. Are there any composers who have reptilian connections?
Yes. Composers.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the rock and roll world that do. The group Scorpion, there's many of the rock bands that have reptilian connections that are not all that positive. So, like Gwar. Now, Gwar is all reptilian. Every single person in that band is a reptilian or a you know, something of that nature. I won't go into what one of them is, but the thing is, yes, there are much music in the rock realm that is reptilian. There is some in the classical world that has reptilian overtones as well. Richard Strauss has some reptilian in him, and let's see. No, Tchaikovsky didn't really have that much, just a touch. But Beethoven and Bach both had a little reptilian in them, just to give you an example.
Yeah, I'd imagine, I don't know if I'm right, but I think like Shostakovich also.
Oh, yes, Dmitri Shostakovich, definitely.
And then
And Stravinsky.
Yeah, and I could go on, yeah, Penderecki, yeah. But
Bernstein,
so
definitely.
Yeah, so part two of this this question, which just was very, very spontaneous, but so going on the previous question, that you said that they track people who have high percentage of galactic DNA. So is 20% total, is that considered kind of high?
Yes, that's considered high.
Okay, so where would you suggest I get the information if I wanted to kind of break that down?
Well, you could do a private channeling, or what kind of DNA is it?
I just learned that it was kind of all together. That I think partly is reptilian, but it's just all together.
Well, they may be. Are they studying you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, okay. So what I'm referring to is a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, I was told 20% like galactic DNA altogether. So I was just wondering that.
All right.
Yeah.
A specific species will usually track somebody. Say if you have 20% of all the DNAs, then that doesn't say anything. But if you have like 10% of Arcturian or 15% of Pleiadian, then the Pleiadians might be tracking you to see how much of that is coming out in your everyday life. How much of the Pleiadian attitude, the Pleiadian ways, the Pleiadian rituals, that even that comes into play with some of the DNA, because you're bringing that through from other lives.
Okay, fascinating. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Catalan.
All right.
Hello, Grendel.
Speak up there.
Hello, Grendel.
Better. Good.
I got it's been already 3 months, 4 months. I have this skin infection.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I got some information that it's like an upgrade for my immune system.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that how is this going?
Well, what happened is this. There's a lot of people out there. I have a feeling there's quite a few of you have some skin disorders for right now because of all the different waves that are hitting the skin at this time. The skin must develop a harder shell. You're going to evolve with harder skin because there's 5G, 4G, 3G, microwaves, all kinds of waves in your world, and they're affecting the skin. Your skin is trying to protect you from them. And so rashes and things are developing because it wants to guard against these waves and different things. So as humans go forward, their skin will become a little bit harder and a little more dense.
Yeah, I heard that about the skin. So in what stage I am? How long should I How long should
The
I
thing is,
be?
yes, it's affecting your immune system a little bit. So I would like to. I'm going to send you something after the session that might help you.
Okay, thank you.
Because you know, reptilians have sort of hard skin. Yeah, so
well,
we have some things that even we get skin infections on the scales and in the places of our body that have no scales. So we have some pretty good things for that.
Okay, awesome. Well, because it's been 3 months and a half already.
Yes.
And
how much is it on your skin? Is it a lot?
Is it everywhere now? I feel it even in my eye.
My eye. Terrible. All right. Let's see if we can take care of that. Have you been to the doctor?
I was, and I'm putting creams, and I have some like moisturizing. That's what they say, but
more. I don't think the moisturizer is going to help. But the other creams that they give you, do they give you another cream, a different kind of cream that has some antibiotics in it?
I know it's antihistaminic. It's cortisone.
Oh, cortisone. All right, understood.
So
yes, that has. Yeah, I understand.
I have no clue what to because it's itching and it's a nerve wrecking.
Yes, it's right on the nerves. It's horrible. I hate that stuff. All right, I'll get with you afterwards.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question we have is from Sheer.
Yeah, Sheer.
How are you, Grendel?
I am well. And yourself? Yeah.
I'm doing actually pretty great considering the circumstance.
Of course, yeah. Everybody's the same on that.
I think you know pretty well what is going on in Israel, that we might go to a fourth election.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, it's like we have money to spend with the coronavirus and everything, so we can spend it on another election.
Yeah, right.
Is there something that you can say? It's very odd that there are just political moves that are just don't make any sense from all sides, and it's really crazy. Like,
I will tell you this. Yeah. Let me tell you this. Because they're considering these things, it's good for you, believe it or not. Otherwise, they would be thinking of taking actions against other countries. But because there's internal grief, they're looking inward and not outward, which is a very good thing at the moment. So I'm glad that a lot of countries are looking inward right now instead of outward, because it's saving a lot of lives. And I have to say that for Israel as well. I love Israel and everything, but doesn't always have the best actions when it comes to, they're very quick to pull the trigger sometimes. And this is one of those cases where they're not going to be, because they're looking more inwardly. I support you in everything that you do, but there's a lot of Middle Eastern stuff going on that you may not even be aware of that's very hostile. So it's not only you, there's others. I mean, not only your country, but other countries. So, but right now everyone's looking more inwardly, and so that's saving lives.
Another question. In your personal opinion, do you think that the coronavirus will put us on a positive outcome? There's a lot of differences about it, but many do believe, and I'm included, that it might bring us to a positive outcome.
Yes, of course. There will be some positive things come from this. There will also be some negative things come from this, but we will see which comes first. I hope the positive things come out very much faster. There is positive things coming out already that people are helping one another more. As Karen was saying earlier, I was listening in, and she was saying how they were feeding many people, and this is a kind of thing that is positive, that they're giving, their outreach programs are doing great things, but there's also some negative things happening as well, but we won't go into that.
Okay. Cheer, is that all?
I think more positive will come out of it than negative. That is my hope.
Okay, I guess Sheer is done. Okay.
All right.
I have a question, Grendel. They're passing close to the Earth was Comet Atlas.
Yes.
Can you tell me if it's inhabited, please?
Yes, there is life in the comets. There is just like there's life in the sun and different kinds of other kinds of places where you wouldn't imagine it, but comets are usually ice. They're not fire like some people believe, but they're actually ice, and the tail is actually ice crystals. So yes, there is life in there.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go back to Ian for now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Rika was disconnected from us, and she is now back, and she would like to re-ask her question or get the answer to it.
Who?
Rivka.
Rivka.
Ah, yes. What was the question?
I have a tracker from the Reptilians.
Oh, yes.
On me, and I don't have 10% DNA in me from the reptilian, it's less. And my question is, why am I having a reptilian tracker in me?
Well, there must be something about you that they're interested in. And so you might not have a lot of reptilian in you, but you might be showing more reptilian traits than other human beings. And if you are, then they're interested in studying that and what the reasons why for that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Other people are being tracked by Pleiadians and Greys and different species. The Greys are big on that. The Greys have more people that they're studying than anybody. And the Pleiadians would be second most, then the Reptilians third. But some places like the Arcturians and the Sirians and those people, they don't really do their studies the same way through implants. They do them in very different ways. So you might be being studied and not even know it. Usually with Arcturians and Fendorians and Sirians, they send people right to the home in another dimension to watch your every move. So don't take a shower, you know. But anyway. Yeah, that's the other way they do it. Watch everything you do, everything. So, and they write it all down. So there'll be a book in their library with your name on it. So.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next question we have is from Temple Beautiful.
Hey, Grendel.
Alicia, hello.
I'm asking for a friend. They would like to know a little bit about the Galactic Federation of Light. Like, what is their purpose function regarding humanity and the human collective?
That is a good question, because let me tell you, that is one of the areas you hear very little about. A Federation of Light usually is very interactive. A Federation of Light is usually communicating a lot with a lot of different other alliances and places. But that particular alliance is very much neutral and seems not to communicate very well with people on this planet or with any of the other alliances and federations in the galaxy, universe, etc. So their objectives are very questionable because we don't know exactly what they are doing. And so it doesn't seem that they're having any effect on the ascension. It doesn't seem that they are having any effect anywhere because they've been sort of quiet. There are certain people that channel them, but the information is really very vague. So I really can't answer that to the best of my knowledge because I don't have much knowledge on it.
Okay, that's good. So we're on the same wavelength with that.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, you got the same thing?
Yeah. We were pondering it the other day because it seemed kind of odd.
Yeah, they are very they have no personality as a federation or a group. It seems like they say very little.
Okay, and they're not known to be like working with any of the other main groups.
No, and when people channel them, they're very vague. It's a very vague message. It could be taken more than one way. It at some points, and it's all love and light, but it's not very depth. There's no depth in it.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know. They could be good. I guess. They're not saying anything bad, but they're not saying anything really at all.
We don't even know what the galactic group behind it is. Like, are they, Lyrans? Are they Fendorians?
No, we don't even know what it's made of. What kind of being. They have not said.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Many blessings.
You as well.
And I'm going to ask Don if you have any more YouTube questions for Grendel.
Yes, I have a few.
Okay.
Okay, just a sec. I'll bring them back up again. This question is a little odd. It's not in the questions chat, but I have had a report that there are small jellyfish-like beings in between Earth and space. Can you give me any elaboration on this, please?
Yes, there are beings like that in space. They're not highly intellectual. They live in the spatial in-betweens, and I have never done a study of them or anything, but they get their nourishment from light and from space particles, and occasionally they will interact with asteroids, and that's as much as I know about them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm moving back to my questions. Okay, this is from Ray Uptoth, 24.
Yeah.
My wife and kids have something similar. This is a skin condition.
Yes, there's many of it going around. Yeah.
Is this brought on by the 5G towers, may I ask? Or is it brought in by the galactic core energy?
No, well, it's so many things put together. It's not just one thing, or it's just not two things. It's all the different energies that are released on the planet. There's so many different kinds of energies on your world at this time interacting. You have your phone waves, you have your 5G, your 4G, you have microwaves, there's a ton of different waves that did not exist up till just recently in your time period. Like in the 60s, most of these waves didn't exist. But now, just 50 years later, they're all over the place. So yes, they're going to be causing skin diseases because it's protecting your body. Your skin is protecting your body. And these waves are harming or going to be harmful to the body. So they're going to protect it by putting out something on the skin that's harder to get through. And some of these rashes and diseases that are on the skin, harder to get through than just your regular skin. So it's actually protecting, or the skin feels like it's protecting you a little bit.
So
Does
theoretically,
that make sense to you at all?
it does. Theoretically, we would be getting a thicker hide.
Correct.
Correct.
And that will happen. Your skin will become more dense in time.
Right.
Probably it will take a few generations, but it will start to show. It will start to be a little thicker. Your dermis and epidermis will be more dense. But right now, you have come onto this very suddenly.
Okay, the next question I have is from Richard Ding. Can I ask for some healing now that I've been isolated at home working on computers for too long, he says.
I didn't get the question.
Okay, his question is, please focus on my back pain and eyesight degradation. Thank you.
All right, we'll do that. I'll do that afterwards.
Yes,
but I understand what he's saying. He's been doing a lot of computer work, so he has back pain and his eyes are getting weaker because staring at the computer all day and night. Yes, that will definitely affect your eyesight. So
Also,
I'll work with him a little later.
Also, I would suggest that any that are listening to this transmission to just telepathically ask the same of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I will definitely work on some of those people. I can telepathically sense that there's several people getting in touch with me telepathically, and that's fine. I will work with them after the webinar.
Thank you. Okay, the next question I have is from Fine Dottier. We are doing a lot of kirtan, mantis singing online. Can you see how much it is helping with coronavirus pandemic?
The kirtan, yes. Those are like Jewish Hebrew songs and songs from a long time ago that are very uplifting and positive, just to give people an understanding of what the kirtan is. It's old songs in Hebrew usually, and they are very positive. And yes, they do help. The positive energy coming from them is any kind of healing element is good.
Okay. Okay, this is from Bertie, and he says, or they say, do I have a hybrid child?
What was the name? Osberti?
Osberti, Ausberti.
Yes, they have they do have a Arcturian child. Or is it, oh wait, hold on. They might have two. May have two children, not just one. Arcturian and Pleiadian. All right. Next.
Okay, I'll move back to Ian for now. Thank you very much, Grendel.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have a question from Angie.
Angie.
Hi, Grendel. Is the Federation of Light and the League of Light, they're two different groups? That's two different people, two different groups?
I think that they go by this. I correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I think that is the same group, the League of Light and the Federation of Light.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Okay, and next we have Catalan.
Yes.
Catalan.
Someone there, Catalan?
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Hello, yes, hi. Yeah, again, me. I tried to talk with my DNA.
Yes.
2 times, and I want to know how do you talk with the DNA, and you have to tune into you have to tune into its energy. I felt it is like the energy of God. And
yes, it is. Yeah, yeah.
And how much did I manage to talk with it?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, DNA is slow working. Let me give you an example. You are an adult now. DNA was been with you ever since you were in the womb, and as you grow, you're growing slowly. It's not a fast process with DNA. So when you're talking to them, they're going, what? So you really have to talk to them a lot, because they don't get the message right away, because they're on a mission. They're growing your body. They're expanding you. They're giving you hair. They're doing everything in the system. So when you're telling them, stop doing this, they're going, what? Why? They don't want to know why. But keep telling them the rash, take the rash away. But they're slow to react, very slow. So you can talk to your DNA, but they're very slow to react. But I will help you with that, because I have a way to stimulate the DNA so that they work a little faster.
Oh, okay, awesome.
But you have to understand, they are just not really fast.
Okay.
They've done everything slow, so that's the way they work. So you have to understand that. So when you're talking to the DNA, slow your voice down.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep. Say, we need to talk. Well, yeah, that gets me.
Yeah, when you said they talk slow, I had the feeling that I have to talk on their language. Like
Yes,
slow.
you have to talk slow, because DNA is slowly doing everything. Now, as it creates your body, of course, everything is fast and the brain is fast and doing all that thing. Talk to the brain and everything. But the DNA as a base group is slow. In the brain, if you can talk to the DNA of the brain, they're a little faster, but they don't do all the same things. Your DNA has designations for everything. So one of them is helping your liver clean, and one of them is helping your brain, one helping you taste, one's with your arms and legs. So, DNA is all over the place. So they have to understand what you really want.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it possible that I know from a medical medium that skin rash usually is given by the liver releasing toxins, like over toxins, like metal.
Well, remember, the liver is a filter, so it is filtering all the waves as well. So you have to understand, as a filter, it may release toxins to the skin to protect it.
Okay, is it this my case also?
It is possible. I'd have to study your case, but that is what I am understanding from my people, how they're looking in on your people. So I could be wrong about some of this medical stuff, because I am not a doctor. Dr. Grendel is not my name, but I do think that some of that has some truth to it.
Okay. Good. Okay. After the session, I'm going to tune into your
tune into my I have several people that want to speak to me telepathically.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Next question we have from J. Lo.
J. Lo.
Hello, Grendel.
Greetings.
Grendel, I have 2 curious questions. The first, I will do my best to phrase it appropriately.
Yeah.
Here on Earth, we speak with psychologists, therapists. Not everyone does, but we seek counsel, so to speak. What about you? Whenever you're seeking counsel, you have a dream that's symbolic or anything of that nature, who do you speak with?
For myself, I speak to the elders. There's some older people that have a little council. It's not a church necessarily, but they call themselves the elders. And sometimes if you have greater problems or things of that nature, 1 or 2 of them might be available to speak to. Now, they're spread out over the world, but to be designated as an elder, you must have gone through many things and be of a greater age and have some wisdom. They don't just pick anybody, but I do go to the elders and talk to them when I have a problem that I cannot solve, mostly with my kids. Oh, God, what a mess they are. Okay.
Thank you for sharing. That was very insightful, and it's cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, they're actually good. They're very good.
And Grendel, as you know, the things that I love to think about, love to explore, and feel we'll eventually be doing in the future, whenever that is.
Yes.
I really look forward to working alongside you or with you, no matter the project, no matter what it is, big or small.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm definitely considering a change of scenery in this year. And I would like to know, and I would like to know if you could tell me who specifically is around me. I feel like the angels, for sure, their presence, I can feel it. But I will be reaching out to you as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, you do have angels around you, but you do have others around you as well. You know, you have Pleiadians. You know that there are some Arcturians. There's several. You're one of those test projects that the people are usually with the Pleiadians, they'll chip you, but with the Arcturians and the Sirians, they don't. So, but this particular Pleiadian that's around you did not chip you, but is studying you more like the Arcturians and such are doing. So yes, you do have angels and others around you. The angels that are around you, Michael spends time with you, doesn't he?
Yes.
Michael, yeah, I got that.
Oh,
all righty. Yes, he's the
Grendel,
one that I see there most often.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Know, I do have one last question. It came up.
Yes.
Years ago, I was back when my older sister was still living with us. I had an experience where I saw a sphere, an orange plasma-like sphere, so to speak, come right above my house, and it stopped. It stopped right there.
Yes.
And when I asked her about it, she told me that she saw, I believe it was a reptilian being. It was white.
Yeah.
And she was, I'm not sure, frightened by what she was seeing. And I went on to ask someone, I don't recall, what that was about. And I'm not sure if they responded with that they were kind of just going to be respectful of the things that I would be doing in this life, this incarnation, but that I would eventually connect with them at some point. And I would like to know if you could share something about that. And that's my last question. Thank you.
Well, that it was a white reptilian, you said?
I believe so.
Well, sounds like it was in spirit. Interesting. There's very few white reptilians, in reality. There are a group of white reptilians, but they're several galaxies away, way far. They are not in this area at all. So, but what you saw, I think, was a spirit. And I think that was a spirit that wanted to connect with you. And if it was singing, I definitely think it was a spirit, because reptilians were not much with song, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, okay. Was that a C? I'm not sure. But we're not good singers. If you would hear us singing, it would sound very terrifying. So if it was singing with a good voice, it had to be sort of angelic.
Thank you very much, Grendel. You're awesome. God bless you and your children, your family, your civilization, and we will be in touch.
All right, very good. Thank you. And God bless you and all your stuff too.
The next question we have is from Heather.
Don't ask me to sing, Heather.
That was very cute, Grendel. I liked it.
Yeah.
Grendel, I feel something very, very, very strong around me, and especially in meditation. I'm having energies that I've never have had before come in.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could give me any information on that.
Can you give me an example of how it feels, just a little?
It feels very good. It's very light, but I also have a lot of buzzing around my face and like right here and right here.
Well, there's two things going on there.
Okay.
One thing is angelic presence. That is the light, airy, very energetic feeling, but the buzzing is not. The buzzing is more of an alien source, where the angelic would be the lighter, softer feeling. The buzzing is more of an alien source. So which alien source, I'm not sure. I'd have to hear it. So, but that reminds me of, because there are several alien species such as Arcturian, Hathor, Sirian, that use vibrations and sounds for healing and for communication. There's several that are in those higher spheres that use that kind of thought processes for communication during meditation. That is one of their key times. And if it is vibrations and things of the face, that's one of those species that are higher.
I did ask because I tried to get in touch with it. And so I did ask if it was Arcturian. I basically just named off some that I could think of. And I noticed when I said Arcturian that it got stronger.
That's probably what it is then.
Okay.
Because it would be Arcturian, Fendorian, Hathor, Sirian, one of those.
Okay. Thank you very much, Grendel. It's so good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you as well.
Next
yeah,
week.
Yeah, it's one of those higher systems. They do vibration, they do music and sound for healing and communications a lot, especially with humans.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle Mulla, you're up.
All right, Michelle.
Hi, Grendel. Thanks for being
Greetings.
here. I just have a comment on the Galactic Federation of Light thing that you discussed. My twin soul, Leonis, works for the Galactic Federation of Light.
Oh,
and
cool. What
he helps
species?
me with. He's a tall triangle head being, a gold triangle head being is what I know about him. But in a recent channeling through Jim, he showed me how to call him in for the healings that we do, and he showed me this, and so that's what I do. And I can just say my take on it all is that the Galactic Federation of Light is a very positive group. He's very loving. Everything is in service to the Creator God. So I don't see anything negative about them. So I just wanted to make that comment anyway.
Well, I didn't see anything negative about them. I didn't see anything at all about them, really. So if you are in touch with them, that is really cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to put my 2 cents.
Very good.
Thank you.
That's the first I've heard of anybody connecting that closely to them. And a triangle head being, those are very high beings. And so if they're in there, okay, well, yeah, that's cool. But they're not very communicative. But if you're getting communication from them, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, that's what he said as well. He doesn't often communicate with people in this realm. So yeah, you're right.
Yes, that's what, yes, they actually don't. So we don't know much about them. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, great.
So they are more positive than, than we didn't know. So now we know.
Okay, so next we have Barbara.
Hi, Grendel. Hey, I have a question. You talked about the white reptilians. A couple of times I had a white reptilian with wings flash into my mind or my face, but I saw him a couple of times. Can you give me any information on that?
Oh, yes, that's what the white reptilians do have wings. They're sort of a draconian reptilian, sort of. How big was he? Was he a small?
He wasn't large, but he was medium.
Medium size. Okay, yeah, they're not real big. They're maybe your size or slightly bigger. Is that about right?
Yes.
Yes, that's from several galaxies away. I did not know that they were making communication with anybody on Earth at this time, but thanks for that. Yeah, they're very cool. I have communicated with them before in travels earlier in my life. After I left the Earth military, we went and did some exploring in those galaxies out there, and I spent some time with them. And they're very, very friendly, lovable, kind. We're like huge compared to them. I'm like 7, 8 foot tall, and they're like just this little thing. So, but they're very nice.
I have another question about a couple of other reptilians.
Yeah.
I saw a red reptilian, and he wasn't tall. What species was he?
The red reptilians are in the Orion area. They're sort of a negative group, actually. They did not interact with Earth recently. What did they say when they spoke to you?
They didn't speak to me, but I felt like somebody was watching me from outside. And I turned and looked, and I saw him. He realized that I saw him, and he took off running.
Yeah, that's a sort of a negative group. I don't know. They don't seem to be causing any problems, but they were in the Orion Wars just a couple hundred years ago. I don't know what they're up to now.
The other one that I saw was like standing outside my bedroom door, and he was, I would say green. He was dark color, but he's very tall. And who was that?
Was that the one that tried to scare you or whatever?
Yes, he was the one that tried to scare me, but I didn't for a few seconds. But after that,
I'll have to look into that one. I don't know where he's from, but we'll look into that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. There's a lot of different kinds of reptilians around the Earth then, more than I realized. I didn't realize the white ones were here. So they must have just got here recently.
Okay, that actually concludes the questions that we have in the panel, and we're out of time. So
alrighty.
I'm sorry about the people with the YouTube questions that we didn't get a chance to answer. But Grendel, we really appreciate your presence and glad you were here today.
Oh, thank you. I guess I will let Jim come back so you can do your prayers and stuff. So, all right. Nice seeing everybody. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye, Grendel. Bye, Grendel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Not yet. All right. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Hey.
That was a great session.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It went by quickly.
It did. So, all right. Very good. Who is saying the prayers for the closing?
I have a list of blessings. We're going to hear from Kathy, Alan, Don, Temple, and Eva.
Okay.
So
anybody else before we start?
If there's anyone else, please add it in the chat and I'll see it hopefully.
Okay, very good. Let's start then.
We can go ahead and start. Kathy, do you want to start?
Sure. Kaliantu promosa tulioni misi anu mananodola, kashahanu pri myopia, tunodesi, aliaguanam kulini mata anu, situopia tulolo kushanoti prisi alatu, Kukuani tisi priu kudoshi malaanto. Kuna tui tuluno dosi kanato tusini musha. Kukuani tapiano tonole dola. Casio mia lulo olo mate ano. Kishiprino donote. Mapiano tololo kuno hopi. Shishiami kalula dono. Mapiano kuluoni predishimalu. Tunadole mastiano Adonai premosa kuna dasa tiamu.
Let all that listen actually hear. Let them hear with distinction the truth. Let them know and lift it up within themselves. Let the light shine around the truth and let it be given to the world. Many of you are here to give the world truth, give the world messages, give the world healing, give the world what it needs. Rise up and do that, just that. I know it is not easy, but with perseverance, you will all succeed. Do not be afraid, for fear is a conqueror of all good things. Fear conquers the positive, but let it go out that you are a light in the world, and that darkness cannot conquer you, and darkness cannot conquer your message, which is of God.
Great. Next we have Alan.
We speak out through the distance to connect with you, for we are of light as well. We do not look the same, we do not act the same, but we have the same purpose: to bring light to the universe, to bring light to those that need it, to take the darkness away from worlds that are filled with it. And so as we see your world, we hope that light will conquer it soon.
Okay, next we have Dawn.
Tanamushna hanza atikushna letukeshine ho kiantos mayanda isike shiautos nahai dashnai diamahan to sukobrian di horianda kashi andosh nehandahi kawantai kawantashkai watakashiri.
To us, universes are very small places. We have been many places throughout all of eternity. And yet we see that this place is special. It needs lifted up and it needs blessed. We will do so with God's help and his permission. We are with you and will help guide you toward your ascension process.
Great. Next up, we have Temple.
Isatia sana atia kupatia kuluma nio sutobajanata kiatana yata naleatana kutupiasha naniato sumaya napu ukatiasha katiana nalaata kuuna sayana maleato bashana nia kutushna janatia kasata yata puuta naliato kanana yato pasha naleata. Namaste.
There are truths yet to be revealed to your world, things that are yet to come, places and things yet to be revealed in the light of all that is happening within your ascension and your growing process. We are here to tell you that we are the angels of light that are helping you. We know that you are necessities to the universe. With your great love and compassion, continue to move forward and continue to know that we will be with you and be your strength as well as God.
Great. Next up, we have Eva.
When ya sava kinyani kushnya ai kumanini wa ai zika shumanini ni udika shanya a zika tika pojika shumarika ika rumanditi a ika oitika a jiki jiji wa a jiji a.
Yes, there is an answer to all questions. Let them be asked, let them be answered, and let the light shine about. Let all things that need an answer be in front of you and be answered by those that have the information. Let yourself know that fear is not an answer, but it is only a deterrent from the answers. And let the answers come from the wisdom and the mouths of those who speak the truth. Well, that was
Great. Next, we have Barbara.
We are here to continue the light process. We are here to bring you what you need. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Remember that you can ask for what you need. Do not be afraid to ask, for to be afraid to ask will be afraid to receive, and you are not afraid to receive what is best for you.
Okay, next we have Angie.
Uduuriania takotokurisi nia toko ari. Ia anako ora atasi sia mia tetokuri. Ia nia toko ia yata toko ara. Mania tatokush.
Let the light strike the earth and people follow it. Let all that know God follow the light that comes to the earth. And let it be known that this light will be raised up and be shined all around to the entire universe when the right time comes.
And then lastly, we have Rivka.
Okay. Moha kolo shohoto kupo oku chaka lekepe mokulo chucha shamoko tere oho wa shamawa moha chokoto. Namaste.
Do not be afraid to show and share your hearts with other people, for your heart may be just what someone else needs as an inspiration to move them forward, to help them on their way. Be the light. Do not be afraid to speak, and do not be afraid to show your heart.
Great, and that concludes all of our blessings for today.
Oh, very good.
All right, I'll just do the announcement again about the workshop. If you didn't hear it, at this point it's still on, and we will look at it further a couple months down the road to see where everyone is at this time and where the world is, to see if we can move forward with that. If you have any questions about that, you can send any information to workshop@hucolo.org, and we will get that out. Jim and I will also talk about maybe doing doing it online if it comes down to that. Although we would like to be in one place and fellowship with each other, that would be most ideal. But if we can't, maybe that's something that we could actually look at.
Thank you, Angie. And to our YouTube watchers, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button that is there on your screen, and you can be notified of future videos when we go live, as well as see the past videos. I'd like to thank you very much for your time and for watching. And until next week where Karen Newman's going to be hosting. I'm not quite sure who the guest is. I think it may be Tyler Ellison. So we will see you next week. Thank you very much.